Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News. Today is April the 17th, 2021. This is our lookout live stream session, just an opportunity for us to get together, collaborate on some price charts that we really don't cover here too often, to give us all the opportunity to see some other crypto plays, other stock plays that are happening in the market. So before I get started, Tell me, everyone who's in the chat, let me know what plays have you done this week, and if you were profitable, tell me how much profit you made in the particular plays that you all were in this week. So leave me a chat, tell me how much profit you all has made, in what play, what cryptocurrency was it in, what stock was it in. Just let everyone know how much money you're able to make while in the cryptocurrency space. Also, let me get a shout out to everyone who is calling from all over the globe. We have people from Germany, Canada, Texas, Brooklyn, Belgium. Welcome to everyone who is here watching this live stream, because you all could have been anywhere else doing anything else with your time, but you saw fit to come in and spend some time with us today in our Lookout live stream session. All right. Joshua McClellan said, I could use my Doge rocket ship, get here in a few seconds. I hear you. Taylor Dodson wanted us to cover Bitcoin Cash. You guys seen the massive movement in Bitcoin Cash recently? Made all-time highs not too long ago. Well, I don't think it's all-time highs. I think it just moved up substantially in price over the last couple of days. Now, before I get started, make sure you hit the like button. We got 20 people watching this live stream, only 7 likes. We all can do better than that. Make sure you all tap that like button, tap that thumb up button to make sure that the algorithm continues to see what we're doing here on this particular platform. Before we plug into our stock charts, our price charts that we're going to look at today, let me plug you all in on our perks that we are offering here on this particular platform. We currently have 2. You all can see right there on the screen. We are offering 2 perks. First one is the apprentice perk. You all can see that right there is where we've created some custom emojis to where you all can try to call the markets right alongside with us, which is right here, the custom emojis. Now it's only $1.99 to get the apprentice perk. Just literally shows you all that you support what we do here on this particular platform in predicting price movement. You'll also get loyalty badges as well. And then whenever we do a price prediction, whether it's in cryptocurrencies, the stocks, or whatever video we do, you all can get access to these custom emojis right here. Just something that we can use to call the market so we can actually predict and correlate to what's going to happen in the market. Now, if you all want to participate in our Lookout live stream session, you have to become an artisan member. This is the opportunity for us to come together, to converse, to collaborate, to look at the price chart together and actually gauge and see what the market is anticipated to do, so that we can always get in position and win in the market. So that is only $4.99 a month. So what I usually do, I usually send out a community post, which is right here, to only our artisan members. No one else sees this post, and it gives us the opportunity to see which stocks or cryptocurrencies or commodities you all want to go over for the weekend. All right, so I usually try to send this out early in the week to give everyone an opportunity to say, okay, cool, let me go ahead and look at this particular chart. I think this one is interesting, so maybe we could talk about that over the weekend. All right. Daniela, are we covering XRP? No, we're not going to cover XRP today, but we usually do XRP videos every 3 days. So all you got to do is go back and check out our last XRP video just to see what we were expecting the market to do in XRP. All right. What's going on, Cisco? Cisco is watching a live stream from London. Cool. Tommy Butler, what's going on, Tommy? Wanted us to take a look at Ethereum. All right, so let's do this real quick. We have Cisco. I see that you're in the live chat. Let me know. I sent you a message in our artisan group community post. You wanted us to look at ANK right here. Let me know if that's actually applicable, or can it be seen on TradingView, because I tried to pull it up and I couldn't find it. So let me know if that's actually correct. If so, I mean, we could try again. But for today, we're going to look at Cake and Rev. All right, so the first thing you guys can see right here in the market in Cake, right? This is one of the cryptocurrencies we're going to talk about today on this video. And the first thing we do, we always take a look and step back and see what's going on into the market, right? So look at Cake right now and let me know, what do you all see going on into the market? As always, the market can only go in three directions. So make sure you always remember that the market can either go higher, lower, or trade sideways, right? Okay, you want us to take a look at Anchor. What is the Cisco? Tell me what is the ticker symbol for that? So you guys can see right here in Cake though that the market is in an uptrend. Appreciate it. Okay, got you, Cisco. We'll go ahead and look at that one too. All right, so you guys can see right here in Cake that the market is in a uptrend, right? So the first thing we're going to do is simply follow the market. The market continues to show us that it is in a uptrend. Well, how do we know? Well, the trap has already determined that he wants to continue to follow this trend, right? So if anything, even if we see the market in Cake drop down in price, what, 15-20%, the market will still be in an uptrend. Take a look at this. So the market can drop almost 14% and we can still see this market in Cake being an uptrend. Right? So let's take a look at the market on a different time frame in Cake. So looking at this on a 3-day time frame, you guys can see that not a lot has really been going on. The market has just been trading within a trading range, I would say between $27 all the way back down here to $21 as support. Another thing that you all can see is that the volume in Cake has been dwindling as we continue to trade out in time. So I need to know, what do you all think the market in Cake is going to do? You know, we need to predict, we need to understand and how to call the market so we all can be in position to win. So where do you all think the market in Cake is going to go? We need to know. So I want to know from your perspective. Drop me a comment in the chat and let me know where do you all expect the market in Cake to go. All right. So let me switch this back over to the daily time frame real quick. Because you all can see here on the daily time frame, we are getting some weakness to occur into the market in Cake automatically, right? But I will give you this. We're seeing an area of support here in Cake being maintained around $21, $20. Okay. So even though we are seeing a small amount of weakness come through in the market in Cake, it's not extremely weak. Why do I say that? You guys can see here on the 3-hour chart that a lot of volume came into the market in Cake on this 3-hour price bar, right? So when you see this much volume come into the market and the market really doesn't react, instead it holds support, like in this case, it held support at $22. The market is not extremely weak. What occurred during that time period lets us know that the market bought up the selling, that whoever sold their Cake into the market literally came in and bought that particular Cake at this price around $22. And ever since then, the market has just been trading sideways. So generally, like what Cisco wrote in the chat, consolidate for a few days and then go up. I'm literally seeing the same thing that he wrote in the comment section of this video, right? So let's go ahead and take that away. So that literally lets us know that the general trend in Cake of going higher price is still in play. Cisco mentioned that it is going through a consolidational range, which is also correct. I'm gonna draw that in for you all real quick to show you that that is literally the case, that the market in Cake is trending sideways. Okay. Now you might see some people give you this. So this is also a probable thing that could occur into the market in Cake, but I really don't see that really occurring just far because the market is not really harnessing to us a lot of weakness. Taylor Dawson writes, I would expect it to fall back down to the trend line. So what we're going to do here is we're going to continue to follow what the market trap is telling us. Like, we're not going to try to do anything fantastic. What we need to realize is that we simply need to mark what our expectations are in terms of where he's likely to go. Okay, so this is the current movement of where he's been bouncing the market. Let me zoom in and show you all that. You guys can see that we came and we've been bouncing the market in cake in between this line. So yeah, the market is currently going through a consolidational trading range. BM writes, has anyone noticed how crypto dips the 21st through the 24th of every month? That might be something that we might need to look into. Anyone else in the chat recognize that? So let's look at this on a wider time frame. And yeah, for the most part, this market in cake has been consolidating, right? Seeing some weakness here as of this particular moment, but it's not extremely weak. I don't see high volume really coming through the market in cake. It is currently weak. So what we can expect is to see the market in cake come down just a little bit more, maybe around $22, even hit this area of support and then try to come back up in price, right? So what we're going to do on this particular video, I want to look at this on a wider time frame. Let's look at this on the 5-day. Okay, you guys can see that this is the 5-day time frame into the market in cake. We got 3 days, 7 hours left on this current 5-day price bar. The market hasn't really been doing too much. I will give you this, that the market has been getting hit with weakness. So in the next 3 days and 7 hours, it's going to be real important for us to see the market hold price above $2.45, give or take. Right? We definitely need to see that. It is a process that is currently ongoing. It hasn't completed yet. We got to give it at least 3 days and 7 hours before we see the completion of what occurs into the market in cake. So let's look at this on a 3-day time frame, 2-day time frame. And again, the market here is going through some weakness, but the market is taking it well, which is why we're going to continue to expect the market to hold its consolidational trading range with the impact of moving higher. Now, let me show you this too. Okay, I don't want you all to think that even though the current sentiment into the market in cake is weakness, take a look at that weekly price bar right there. Okay, this has not gone anywhere. We need to make sure that this very widespread, and look at where we closed that into the market in cake. That energy is still in this space. It hasn't gone anywhere. We're just simply taking a small break here on this current week to where we would expect us to continue to see some higher price movement in cake in the long term. All right, so let's do this real quick on the daily time frame in cake. So let's go ahead and play that strength into the market. I am suspecting that the market's going to try to come in and hold support around 21. But you can also see the second area of support is going to be around 20. Okay. So we're going to hold that ultimate area of support right there around $20 in cake, under the premise that it can break $21 to the downside. All right. Now, how high do you think the market's going to go? Well, obviously the first area would be the restriction point in our channel that we've drawn. So we will have to come into the market and take profit right there in cake at $25. The next area would be right there around $26.75 right there. Okay, so we're in position. Overall, the market currently is in a trading channel. Secondly, the market is still in a uptrend. Thirdly, even though we're seeing weakness come into the market, it is not having any major impact on cake. So those are the reasons as to why we're going to go ahead and play that strength into the market in cake, looking for the market to go higher in price. All right. So now we got 14 likes, 32 people watching this live stream. Go ahead. If you haven't tapped that thumbs up button, make sure you do that right before you head out in order to show everyone that you appreciate the collaboration and the live stream that we are doing today on YouTube. All right. So now that is cake. All right. We're still looking for the market to go higher in price. We're going to hold this here. I'm going to get rid of this ascending line. I just wanted to show you all that we were still following an uptrend into the market in cake. And right now we're just taking a respite. The market is just trading sideways and is not negatively impacting the market movement thus far. All right, so that's cake. The next one that we're going to look at is going to be ticker symbol REVV paired against Tether. This is on KuCoin, the cryptocurrency exchange. And as always, we take a look back. We look at the market, right, to see where we come from and where we've been to where we can anticipate the market to go. So look at it. What do you all think the market in Rev is trying to do? What trend are we currently seeing into the market in Rev? Because something occurred on one day that I wanted to show you all. I want you all to tell me which bar gives you a lot of information. You know, tell me what occurred into the market. Which one stands out at you? You know, these are the dates down here. April 15th. Looking at all these volume bars right here. Which price bar do you think gives us more clues, more hints as to what the market actually is trying to do? Oscar Nelson, properties right. Should I still hold BTC? We cannot give you that answer. You know, it has to be a point to where you're comfortable, right? One thing about the markets that we all need to realize is that no one can give you precisely when to get in and when to get out. You know, when you first took on the purchase of Bitcoin Cash, Oscar, did you not have a point to where you'll take your profit at? You know, at what number would you have taken your profit? Yeah, and like Joshua wrote in the comment, he would hodl Bitcoin Cash, but not sure about short-term movements. And that's the question. How long are you trying to be in the market of Bitcoin Cash? You know, I'm not privy to that information. No one is privy to that information. And that information is likely to change as the price movement of Bitcoin Cash change. So you will have to be the one to pull the trigger as to when I'm going to enter the market and when I'm going to exit. You know, if you're going to be in Bitcoin Cash for the next 20 years, then, I mean, why are you really looking at the market right now? Oh, I'm sorry, funny random username. I'm talking about the price bar. Which price bar? Well, it's in conjunction with the volume as well. Are you seeing the biggest clue? You know, when we stand back and look at the market, we always want to see which price bar and volume stands out at us. You know, it's kind of standing up like, you know, someone standing at a ball game dressed in all yellow or bright neon green or something that could visually show your eyes, and your eyes immediately go towards that area. When you look at the price chart, you want to do the same thing. What stands out at you? What gives you the biggest clue that the market really was involved on that particular day or that time frame that you're looking at? And I think Cisco wrote in the comment section of the one on April the 15th, which is right here. You guys can see that on that day, we've seen the volume and the price spread really show itself, right? You guys can see that. So what happened on that day? And not only that, let's take a look at what actually occurred after that day, right? The last 2 days of when the market has given us that volume and that very wide spread, you guys can tell literally what the market tried to do. Because if we really seen demand come into the market in Rev on the 15th with all of this volume, then the market over the next 2 days after that day occurred, the market should have seen higher price, but it's not. So all of this volume, all of this spread tells us that the market really weighed heavier on the weakness side than it did the strength. Because these 2 days right here on April the 16th and the 17th, we would have seen the market really give us strength and demand if the market really wanted to go higher price, but it didn't. So this gives us a lot of information that the weakness really controlled the market on April the 15th. So now we have a idea as to what our mind frame needs to think on. That the market in Rev is not relatively all that strong. Okay? Because if it was, this volume would have surely allowed the market to increase in price. Okay? It would have, but it didn't do it. So let's take a look at the market on a different time frame then. Looking at this on the 3-day. Again, which price bar stands out at you on the 3-day time frame? Like literally this last completed 3-day price bar, it was a wash. We started the 3-day price bar right there in Rev at 36 cents, was able to see the market top out around 49 and came all the way down here to 27 cents, and we're still getting weakness now. So all of this volume, all of this price action on this last completed 3-day price bar literally tells us that there was more sellers into the market than there were buyers. Now, how low can the market go then before we see the prospect of higher price movement? Because we really don't have too far to go. We can see the market in Rev literally come to where we've already been, which is right here, which is not even far, right there around 30 cents, which is about 6% away from where the last trade has been so far. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this on a different time frame, because right here on the weekly time frame, we have a day and 7 hours left on this current weekly bar right here. But it tells us that if the market in Rev was truly strong, if it was truly giving us a lot of demand, that we would have seen the market currently up here at the high, but we're not. We're down here at the low, and this area, I'm telling you now, is going to be tested for support right here around 30 cents. So as we see this market trade in Rev at 30 cents, we have to keep our eyes open on whether or not we're going to get more momentum or more weakness to push the price to the downside. Right? Because right now on the weekly, it is definitely dominating the weakness in Rev. And I'm seeing this on the 3 weeks time frame as well. That the market in Rev is still weak. The next area of support will be around 24 cents, maybe even 20 cents in the long term. Because it's one thing to see the market come and make this monumental movement higher like that. And it's another thing to see the next following 3-week price bar, the market comes right back down. That tells us a lot. And this is pretty much what Rev has done on the 3-week price bar. We saw the market shoot higher in price only to come right back down. That's not probable if the market was really strong. You know, you don't want to see that if the market is truly strong in its space. So that is another indication that the long-term view in Rev is still relatively weak. Now, 20 cents will be the next area of support. Without that, you guys can see it on the 3 weeks time frame. 10 cents could also be in the realm of possibility. But I'm not trying to get you all on that point. You know, I really don't think that the market's going to come down to 10 cents. Not yet. That would be climactic. I mean, that would mean like the overall cryptocurrency space will be down 25-30%, right? So no, we're not going to look at that in that sense. But yeah, I do suspect that we still have some weakness to go through in Rev. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to play the weakness. Now, I'm being real conservative in that sense because we have already established, or the trap has already established, that this area right here is support. So literally, we would have to come into the market on this play of weakness and literally TP out the market right there, which is around 6.85%. Because that would be the next point to where we can see the market actually enter more strength and demand, and the market bounce in there and go higher in price. Okay. So even though we're playing the weakness in Rev right now, we really need to pay attention to how low it goes. So this would be our first area of TP right there around 30 cents. I'm going to bring it down, but I'm not really expecting it to really go that low to 25. Because if we break below that ascending line, then we overall understand that the market strength in Rev is no longer there. You know, we won't be expecting the market to go higher. Not at all. All right. So let's bring down this restriction. The current restriction area is right here, around 35 cents. But let me bring it up here just a tad, right there around 37, 38 cents. All right, so we're in play. This is the play right here that we're expecting the trap to do before he actually takes the price there. Bring the value down to around 30 cents. Initially, we're going to expect him to try to prop up the price there. So we might see next couple of days the market try to go higher in price, and then it's going to try to test this ascending line. If we break it, this will be the ultimate area that we will be expecting the market in rev to go. Okay, that's it. It's what we're looking forward to right there. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at Anchor real quick. Now I want you all to do what we usually do. Take a look back and tell me what trend the market in Anchor is going through. Take a look. Hey, Tommy Butler, I know that I don't know if you want us to look at Ethereum, but I see that you're currently an apprentice perk member. If you were an artisan member, then we'll go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. But I think we did Ethereum, maybe a couple of days back. It is in our playlist for Ethereum. So if you just wanted to, you could just go ahead and look at that video and see what our price predictions are for that particular cryptocurrency. All right. Luke T wrote 1731 first target soon in 3 weeks. 2400 next all-time high. So now I'm zoomed out on Anchor right now, and I want you all to tell me what is the trend right now. Okay, what have we seen this market go through? We can only go 3 ways, and this is the current trend right there. All right. So now, since we are currently going through that trend, then that leaves us 2 other options to which the market can continue to go. Funny Random wrote parabolic up with a retracement into the second leg of the next move. Cisco writes uptrend. All right. Appreciate that, Joshua. Yeah, one thing that we realize, being in the market is that majority of these YouTube channels try to, give you tickling ears. They want you to feel a certain way, right? Everything continually goes up. Everything will go up into infinity. Everything will hit all-time highs. Everything will make us all multi-billionaires, right? That is the kind of mantra, the stigma that they are placing in this space, when in actuality, yeah, some of these cryptocurrencies may actually do that, but very few to none will not. So while you're participating into the market, you can still come in and grab profits out of these cryptocurrencies, right? And just move on to the next play. Now, obviously, yes, you do need to have some cryptocurrencies to hold for the long term, most definitely. And everyone has their own particular cryptocurrency that they would do that for. But for the other ones, you could come into the market and take profit and have fun and go on to the next play. What's going on, Luke T? Luke T sent us a super chat, $2.99. Thank you for, appreciate that $2.99, Luke T, for that. So looking at the market right now in Anchor, we all stated in the chat, as well as looking at the chart, that yeah, the market is in an uptrend. No doubt about it. All right. The market in Anchor is in an uptrend. So let's take a look at this. All right. What are we currently seeing in the market over the last, let's say, March 27 to today's day? Okay. Let me zoom in on that. What do you think all is going on in this space right here? I'm going to circle it for you. What do you think the market is doing? And then tell me what happened the last 2 traded days, which is inclusive of today's. You know, something occurred into the market and anchored the last 2 days that we cannot be oblivious to. We need to pay attention to it. You can see it. 2 days in a row. Look at that. So, obviously, exactly, funny random rope consolidation. That is exactly what is going on in the market in Anchor since March 28th to the 17th of April. We haven't seen a lot of price action go on in the market for that. And you can also see here that we're kind of making a dip, right? The market in Anchor is kind of making a dip. Okay. So let's make that consolidational trading range. Now I'm going to make it tighter because you can actually see more areas of support. Like this will be the first one, 14, almost 15 cents as support. And then all the way down here towards 12 cents, right? So that's it right there. Exactly. Funny random rights testing the high of the range. That is precisely what is going on. So we cannot be confused about what happened the last 2 days in Anchor. All right. So take a look at that. Now for us, we need to become avid watchers. We need to be on the lookout of what occurred on those days. Look at that volume as well as what occurred in the market there. We close off of the high. So that tells us that the trap one, he tried to break the price in Anchor to the upside of about 21 cents. He tried. Exactly. Cisco wrote selling. That is exactly what is going on in the market in Anchor. 2 consecutive days though. Like we need to really think the magnitude of that. The volume equals energy, and all that energy that came in through on April the 16th came to naught, because even today the market in Anchor is still dropping. We're still seeing selling come into the space. Okay, now this could either mean 2 things. Okay, first, the outcome would be, since it's been 2 consecutive days of us seeing weakness in the market in Anchor, that the market's going to drop in price. We can anticipate that. Or 2, that this weakness that we're seeing over the last 2 days of trading is not going to have any impact on Anchor, and we'll see the price break out of 21 cents and move higher. Those will be the only 2 outcomes from where we're seeing price at right now. So now the question to you is, since we're collaborating, since we're looking at all of this together, I want you all to tell me, which one do you think is going to occur? Which one you think is more likely to occur? Because automatically the first thing that we need to be under is the premise that, like Cisco wrote in the chat, with their selling, we need to expect that the market is going to drop in price. Joshua McClellan wrote, market hit restriction and retested support at 12 cents. Yes, it did. Hit resistance again and is floating out. Expect a parabolic movement. Well, is that parabolic movement going to be higher or lower? Because look at this as well. Cisco writes, break restriction or resistance and go up. So that's what he's looking forward to. Anyone else? What are you all seeing in the market? We got 44 people watching this live. If you haven't hit that like button, take a quick second and tap that thumbs up button so that you all can show me your appreciation of watching these lookout live stream sessions. So funny random writes, test the lower boundary again. That's what he's looking forward to. So we got one looking for the market to go higher, one that is looking for anchor to go lower in price. Joshua writes, I honestly think a retest off the 12-cent mark before the movement higher. So we got two lower, one higher. Let me look at this. Let's see if we could get a better idea as to, are we still seeing demand or weakness in the market in anchor? All right. So I'm going to take this away and we're going to follow this. All right. Because this is pretty much where the market in anchor has been trading. All right. So this is the 5-hour time frame. And you guys can see that literally, yeah, this is where the weakness is. Okay. Currently, the trap is able to hold support right here. So it's not a surprise for us to see the market currently hold support at 18 cents. Okay. It hit restriction during this particular time period and it fell down. We broke it. Now we're testing it again as support. Greg K writes, new support at 19 cents and then going up from there. So you guys can see how we all can interpret the price bars and get totally different things. We have two highs and two lows. This is why the market is great. This is why the market is a free market. It's because we are all free to think about what we expect the market to do. And either one of us, none of us is either right or wrong. It's just about what we are interpreting. What do you think is the best outcome or the best outlook of where the market price is going to go? So there's no right or wrong answers, right? One of the biggest things is trying to determine of when that will occur, because eventually, you know, anchor cryptocurrencies will eventually hit your price point. It is just a matter of how long it'll take, right? So let me look at this on a 11-hour time frame real quick. And literally, I am seeing that the weakness is here. I'm in the camp of Cisco and Greg K. I really don't think the weakness that is currently seeing the market in anchor is having a major impact on the price, right? I see it. We see the weakness, but I don't think that is really impacting the price to where I will expect the market to break this trend. Okay. So yeah, we are seeing the market actually test support right now at 18 cents. And the sooner that we get that confirmation, the sooner we'll see this market break out and continue to go higher in price. Okay. So with all of that being stated, okay, we're going to play the strength as well with Cisco and Green K. That doesn't mean that, you know, Funny, Random, and Joshua, that the market's not going to go lower. We need to anticipate that as well, which is why I have shown you all that 18 cents, no lower than 17 cents though, right? I'll be cool to see the market in anchor come down here to 17 cents and hold support. Why? Because this is the bullseye right there. You guys can see that 17 cents and the testing of that ascending line will be tested right there. And the sooner that we see the market give us the outcome or the result of that, the sooner we'll know if the market in anchor will go higher in price or will it break to the downside. Okay. So let's do this here. Now, we're playing this on the daily time frame, right? And we cannot forget that the last 2 days, including today, is weakness. But even though we are recognizing that the market is weak, we're still expecting the price to go higher. So we have already created in our mind that the market can dip in price. And we'll be comfortable with it because we already established where the market weakness has to go. 17 cents back down to 16, and we'll still be comfortable with the weakness and the movement lower. The only time that we'll become worried is if the market breaks our support area of 16 cents. And even in that situation, you got to think about it. Even if it breaks 16 cents, I mean, 15 cents has already been established as a very firm area of support as well. Okay. It's funny, Random, right? So I struggle with your candles They mess with my eyes. Well, these are not candles. These are bars. All right. We don't use candles on our analysis. This is what candles look like. Right. We don't use those. We use bars. Bars is a little bit more in our perception, a lot better in understanding what the market is doing. You know, we got the open. So for every price bar you all see, we have where the market started trading, how high it went, how low it went, and where we're seeing the market close. That is all the information we need into determining whether or not the market's going to go high in price. Right? It tells us a lot. And for this, we are going to play the strength and anchor off of that. We are recognizing though. So we're not going to be fooled. We're not going to be tricked, because that's what the trap is trying to do to us. He's trying to place us in some very bad positions so that he can win and we can lose. This is what these 2 days represent in the market. He tricked a lot of people into thinking that the market is going to drop in price. Well, he's not going to fool us, because we can actually see the market still drop in price. But like I told you, we're not going to be confused, because strength can still be anticipated to come in at 17 cents, 16 cents at least, no lower than 15 though. You know, we will have to let this forecast go in 15 cents if we break that to the downside. Okay. So be on the lookout. This is why we're doing these sessions, is so that we can look at some other cryptocurrencies, other stocks, whatever our artisan members are interested in looking at, and try to get in a position so that we can be on the lookout. We're trying to get in a position to beat the trap at his own game. You know, he's the one that you see on the bottom left side of my screen right now. And currently, every price bar, every volume you see is literally him working. Is literally him trying to make an efficient market. Okay. So you got to think of it like this. Every store you go into, whether it's a grocery store or a retail establishment, they have prices listed on the products that they are selling, right? How do they determine the price point on every product that they sell? Who determines how much something is worth? Think about that when you're in the cryptocurrency markets, when you're looking at cryptocurrencies, when you're looking at stocks, when you look at commodities. This is literally the consensus of the market in general, right? It is his job to make sure that he brings in that consensus, because without it, the market will be very distorted. Okay. Let me see if I could think of a particular stock or cryptocurrency that doesn't get a lot of price action. Let me just see if I could type in something. I need to think of something that doesn't get a lot of price action and volume. Okay, perfect. Right here. Okay, look at this compared to, right, let's keep it on Bitcoin. Okay. Look at that. Look at the price bars. This is a daily time frame in Bitcoin at the bottom. This is the daily time frame in Dewey at the top. You see how the price bars, you really cannot get a lot of information on Dewey's price chart than Bitcoin. So what that tells us, when you see price charts like Dewey, there's not a lot of active participation going on against the trap. He cannot create a very efficient market in Dewey because there's no demand and there's not a lot of people really involved in that particular stock. Plus it's trade over the counter. Secondly, look at how efficient, look at how strong, how coordinated the market looks in Bitcoin. The trap who controls Bitcoin's market is doing a very efficient job at creating a market, right? Whoever is in charge of Dewey's market is not doing a good job in the sense that you can actually track where the price is going to go. Okay. So look at this. Can you do anything with this type of information? We're talking about trading in a 8-hour period per day. And the market in Dewey from July 14, 2020, all the way to August the 10th, 2020, did not even move. This is not an efficient market. You need to see fluidity come into the market to get an understanding as to where price is going to go. And then look at this on an hourly time frame. Like, it's even worse on the 11-hour time frame. Look at Dewey. This is the 11-hour time frame right here. Can you see how ragged and rigid it is? Appreciate that, Joshua. So this is something that we really want everyone to know, is that there is someone who coordinates the markets. You know, there's someone who stands in between the buyers and the sellers, and he creates these type of markets. And when you don't have an efficient market, meaning you don't have someone to fill in the gap between what you're willing to pay for versus what someone is willing to sell for these products, you have to fill that void in order to create a market like this Bitcoin market at the bottom. See, what we have here at the top in Dewey is literally the inflection point to where the buyers and the sellers were in agreement, right? So for instance, on this 11-hour bar here at the top, let me circle it for you. The market was able to come into agreement right here. Get rid of that. The market was able to come into agreement right here. There was a buy and a sell right here on this 11-hour price bar. So in a whole 11-hour time period, the market was only able to come in agreement with the buys and the sell at that price of $5. Okay, that was it. So every price bar you see was in time to where the market buyers and sellers came together. Okay, and that's it. This is not a very efficient market, so we will not even look at participating in this Dewey stock. Not at all. You want to look at the fluid, the efficient markets, to where you're getting a better picture as to what the market is going to do. Okay, technical analysis cannot even help you in these type of markets like Dewey. It can't even help you. And that is the whole purpose of, you know, the SEC Act of 1933, 1934. That is why we have the trap. And everyone tries to tell us that the market is manipulated, when in actuality, he is actually just trying to make a market for us so that we can come in and participate right alongside with them. You know, if every market looked like this Dewey chart at the top, when nobody trade, because we would have no idea of where the market is going to go. We just wouldn't. So why would you participate in a place to where you have no idea as to what the next price is going to be? Not one. So when we talk about the trap, this is what we're trying to tell you all, is that he or she is coordinating the market movement of where price is going to go. Okay, so that is it. Let me run down real quick what we talked about for those three stocks three cryptocurrencies we looked at today. The first one was Cake. This is what we're expecting the market to do. Okay, we're expecting it to go high in price. The second one that we looked at was REVV on KuCoin, and we're expecting the market to give us a little bit of weakness here. We got support, literally 30 cents, give or take. We're going to be on the lookout for that. And then the last one is Anchor. Okay, and we're going to play the strength on this one. And you guys can see, look at this small time frame, that we're still seeing the weakness come through. So initially in Anchor, expect the market to give us some weakness, expect the market to go lower in price. So we're not going to be surprised. We need to see strength come in though. 17 cents to 16 cents though. Okay. If that doesn't occur, this movement that we're anticipating higher in price is not going to happen. So with Funny Random and Joshua, both were stating that they were looking for Anchor to drop in price, right? You all are first in line. Like, I'm expecting that to occur. And then Cisco and Greg K, you're next in line after the market drops to see the market go higher. Okay, so this is what we're on the lookout for. So we're going to hold that there. This is it. This is our lookout live stream session. Hopefully you all have gleaned something from our collaboration of looking at these other cryptocurrencies. And if you want to participate, like I told you earlier, you need to become an artisan member in order to join or look at certain charts that you may be interested in, because it's impossible for us to look at all of these thousands of cryptocurrencies and stocks that are in the market on our YouTube channel. So I just wanted to give everyone who is an artisan member an opportunity to sit back. Let's talk about something different. Let's look at some other charts so that we can try to get understanding as to where the market is going to go. All right. So that is it. I'm going to let you all go, give your time back. Just want to say thank you for spending about an hour with us. Hopefully it has been beneficial to you. Hopefully you have learned something from our analysis that you can glean from it, right? So that we can continue to be on the lookout from the trap. So now, as I always state on our videos, make sure you maintain a profitability. And as always, trade different. You all have a good weekend.